And just relax. Yeah, big stretch. Relax there. Stay there, buddy. Lie down. Lie down. Come here. You're good. Nice. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the next Koze Flow class. Today we're going to be doing a class that's themed around transitions. We're going to be taking our stretch nice and slow today, and then slowly and fluidly moving through one pose to the next. Whenever you're ready, you can begin by getting into any comfortable seated position. You're also welcome to sit on some props to get yourself extra comfortable, and just taking a deep, solid breath if it's your first or maybe your 10th of the day. And taking another one, seeing how far down you can bring the breath, especially if you're feeling any kind of stress or just have been, you came to class a little pent up, you got a lot of energy, let's call it that instead. Try and see how deep you can bring that energy with the breath. And another. Really coming into the body with each breath. And closing the eyes, placing the hands upwards, sitting just a little bit taller, your core semi-engaged, but your body also relaxed. Letting go of any tension in the hips or the legs, relaxing the forehead, the eyebrows, releasing the jaw. You can unflex the fingers a little more and release your shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in, lifting your heart just a little bit higher, and then exhale and fully relax into your seat. Allowing your breath to fall naturally. Just tuning into the body. And with your eyes closed, imagine the room that you're in. Imagine you can still see the details as if your eyes were open. And you can look around, keeping the eyes closed, just lifting the chin and pointing your gaze to different areas, feeling a nice little stretch in the neck. Now imagine seeing a wave or almost like a bubble of energy around your body. It's glowing. You might notice its color. You might imagine how this energy feels or emanates within the body, and how that might reflect in how you're seeing it in your mind now. Where is it radiating from? And as you're picturing your energy, you might notice, if you just look a little bit closer, these subtle waves within the energy. That this energy or this light or this glow around you is not stagnant or still. It's moving right through you. As much as you emit it outwards, it also comes back inwards in tiny waves. And all around the room, you might notice other energy or waves coming off of the things around you, if you picture it just in your mind. And now you might imagine how, with each breath you take, with each deep inhale, you allow this energy to pass right through you. You imagine the waves moving very fluidly in and out of your body, perhaps through your chakras or just through your muscles and limbs, and then flows right back out without getting stuck. How easy the transition of energy in and out, almost as if it was mimicking your breath. And you might breathe just a little bit deeper. And slowly bringing your awareness back to the body, moving your hands, wiggling your toes. You can keep the eyes closed as you inhale and reach up your arms, bordering that entire aura around you. Clasping hands at the top as you stretch up nice and tall, lifting the elbows. And then as you slowly exhale, fanning the arms down, you can lower the chin and open the eyes. And then just moving right into rocking the head from side to side. And just noticing how your neck feels. You can take any kind of organic movements following the body now. You may take slower, wider turns with the head, or nice quick short ones, looking up and down, side to side. Imagining your boundaries as you nod yes, and you actively choose to nod no. These are the boundaries you're taking into your day-to-day. Yes to this, no to this. Taking the arms now in big circles, going backwards. Again, circulating with that energy, making the movement as fluid as possible. If you catch yourself sticking or feeling stiff, then make smaller circles so that you can really get fluid and bendy with the arms. They don't need to be stiff and straight. And fluidly at your own time or pace, just flow right into going forwards now with your arms. I almost said backwards. And you can continue to move the head, look around if you'd like. And bring that mindful awareness to the breath. Make sure you're still taking them. And bringing the arms up like wings. And back down. If you're sitting on any props, just moving them off to the side, but keeping them close by that you can reach them if you need them. And coming to all fours, hands below shoulders, knees below hips. Begin to just rock back and forth very slowly. So leaning forward a little and reaching back with the seat. Making these movements come smoothly so you never really stop or hold each one. And you can add some movement in from side to side. Ooh, that was my knee. And remembering the breath, bringing it deep into the belly, filling it up whole, relaxing all those muscles as you breathe in, and then pulling the belly button in towards the spine as you exhale. You can go at your own pace. And then as you lean forward, tuck your toes and lift your seat high into downward dog. Pushing back into the heels and into all four corners of the palm. Lifting the seat and hips and melting the heart towards the floor. And just rocking your hips from side to side here, very, very subtly and slowly. Feeling that movement in the body. Engaging the obliques or the sides of the core with each crunch. And looking forward, bending into the knees, stepping up towards your wrists, nice and slow, and folding right forward. And then straightening the legs, coming up halfway with a flat back, hands to the mat, to shins. And exhale, you can bend into the knees now as you fold forward, bringing the chest towards your thighs. And then slowly but surely, release and unravel one vertebrae at a time into mountain pose. And as you lift your head, raising your hands up high like wings again. And then exhale and slowly drop them down as you fold forward at the hips. Coming back down towards the mat with your hands. Planting all four corners of both palms. And then stepping one leg back after another into downward dog. Inhaling, lean forward, stacking your weight on top of your wrists into plank. And your option here is to release your knees and chest, or just to slowly lower your plank down towards the mat. And before you release, pushing up, straightening the elbows into upward dog or cobra. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale, lower the tummy down towards the mat. And then press off from the chest, pushing up, keeping your knees bent, leaning back into child's pose. And then slowly tracing the hands down the side of the mat, so now your hands reach behind you. You may clasp fingers below the seat and then relax the elbows. And then releasing the hands, coming up to sit on the heels, clasping behind you again, lifting the hands as you straighten the elbows behind you. And then release, reach up high with the hands, clasp fingers and pull. And then let go. Hands come forward as you lift your seat. Tuck your toes and push your knees off the mat. Hands coming now to either side of the feet. Your heels can be lifted, coming onto fingertips or full palms. Lifting the seat into a forward fold. And transitioning slowly into mountain pose, one vertebrae at a time. And as you lift your head, hands come up. Inhale and exhale, arms down to either side. Stepping forward with your right leg, engage the core, engage the thigh. Flex into the back left heel as you lean forward. Your arms can come behind you as you do, or reach forward. Almost like you're a teeter-totter and you're keeping the weight even. It's best to keep your back flat so you don't have to bend all the way down. You can actually just reach a little bit forward, kicking the heel up a little high. Lengthening into the spine, inhale. Exhale and bring the heel back as you stand back up straight. Exhale, release both hands to either side. And then inhale, lift your left foot up towards either your thigh, your shin, or just pressing the heel to the inner ankle. And again, inhale, arms come up, palms together at the top, finding a spot to focus on that's unmoving. And exhaling as you release your hands or palms down to heart center. And then release your left foot down towards the mat. Pressing into all four corners of the sole of the foot, spreading the toes, almost as if you can grip the mat. Lift your right heel. You can release your arms down to either side, keep them as they are, or reach up nice and high. As you kick out into the heel, engage the core and engage the left thigh and lean forward. Now you don't have to come into a complete 90-degree angle. You can stay a little higher, keeping the spine elongated and in alignment with the thigh. And inhale. Exhale, teeter back forward. Foot comes down, releasing both hands. And now pressing the right heel to the inner ankle of the left or the shin. We're lifting it up towards the thigh, avoiding the knee as you inhale, arms come up like wings, palms together at the top, and exhale, harness the energy down towards your heart center, grounding yourself. Releasing the foot, hands released to either side, hinging at the hips into a forward fold, nice and slow. And dropping the hands so that you can plant into both palms and step back with either foot, lifting the seat into downward dog. And inhale, lean forward into plank. Option to drop the knees and chest as you lower down into chaturanga and push into upward dog or cobra. Chin comes up and engage the core. Engage the glutes as you lift the seat and push back into downward facing dog. Inhale and kick out into the right heel. Again, keeping that straight back so you don't need to kick the foot very high. Exhale, bend into the knee and lean forward into plank. Place the foot down onto the mat. And if it doesn't make it between your hands, you just give it a little wiggle towards the front. And you can release your hands to blocks or release them just directly onto the mat. Release the back knee and untuck the toe. Inhale, engage the core and raise the upper body, pressing into the front foot, the front heel. Exhale and release your hands down towards the mat. Untuck the toe and lift the knee so that you can step back and kick up high into the heel. Inhale, bend back into the knee, bringing it forward. Again, stepping onto the mat. And then if you need to, just wiggle your foot between both hands. This time keeping the knee lifted, engage the core, squeeze the thighs together as you raise up with the arms into Warrior One. Inhale, turn and plant the back knee. Exhale, arms out into a T as you lean into that front right knee. And inhale and reach up high with the right hand, reaching back towards your leg with the left. And moving all the way back over now, coming onto the forearm of the right hand, reach up overhead with the left. And rotating all the way around, planting both hands beside the foot. You can use blocks as well. And stepping it back into downward dog. Inhale and lean forward into plank. Option to release your knees and chest as you chaturanga down. And push into upward dog or cobra. And tuck the toes, engage the core as you lift the seat into downward facing dog. Inhale and kick out into the left heel, keeping that back elongated. You don't need to kick it very high. And then bend into the knee and lean forward into plank, placing the foot down and giving it a nice wiggle. Again, you can keep those blocks close by here. Release the back knee and untuck the toe. Engage the core and lift the upper body, arms coming up. Before planting both hands back down to frame the foot, tuck the toe and lift the knee, and step it back into downward facing dog. Inhale and lift the left heel back again. Bend into that knee, leaning forward and placing the foot in front of you, this time keeping the knee lifted. Engage the core and squeeze the thighs together as you raise up with the arms. And twist and plant that back heel parallel to the short edge of the mat as you lean into the left knee, arms out into a T. And staying here, left arm comes up, right arm comes back towards your shin or your thigh. And then rotating back around, coming onto the forearm of the left knee and arm and reaching up high with the right. And rotate it all the way back around, framing out the foot, and step it back into downward facing dog. And then inhale as you lean forward into plank, and you know the drill, your chaturanga of choice, before pushing into upward dog or cobra. And keeping the knees bent, lift the seat, and release it down towards the heels, releasing the forehead. And as you take 3 deep breaths, very slowly pull the hands back 1 inch at a time, taking your time to take all 3 breaths. Creating that energy field around you again. In one of the most protected and safe positions of yoga. And as your arms reach behind you, lift them up to the top of your seat or your lower back. Clasp the fingers and lift the hands as you straighten into the elbows. And then on your exhale, releasing the hands, lift the chest, coming into a seated position. Coming up onto your hands, tuck the toes so you can lift the knees, then bring the hands behind you, step out in front, and then lower the seat down, opening both knees out to either side and bringing the soles of the feet together. Inhale and reach up. And then exhale and lean forward, placing your hands in front of you. You can bring them in nice and close if you don't want to lean too far. And then just walk your hands out each step until you find your edge. And once you're there, breathe in. And as you exhale, walk the hands back up, crossing over the thigh, and then walking the hands out behind you 1 step at a time until you find your edge, and breathe in, opening into the chest, and exhale, bend into the elbows before pushing back into the elbows and pressing off the hands, going really slow so that you can stretch all the fingers out. Bringing the knees back together, straighten the heels out in front of you. You're welcome to keep a slight bend if you wish. Inhale and reach up. Exhale and lean forward, grabbing onto shins, thighs, ankles, and lower the chin. Then inhale and come back up again, bringing the right knee with you. Cross the right foot over the left, and you can stay like this, or you can cross the left heel in towards the seat, either hugging the knee or bringing your right elbow to the front of the knee. Reach back with the left and twist. And coming back forward, release the elbow from the knee. Straighten your right leg, then straighten the left, bringing the left Knee up and in, cross it over the thigh, and you can stay like this, or you can tuck the right heel in towards your seat, either hugging the left knee or bringing your left elbow to the front of the left knee. Right arm reaches back and twist. Taking a full breath. And at the end of your exhale, twisting back forward, releasing the left foot and then the right, walking your heels out. Again, one step at a time as far as feels comfortable. And once you find your edge, inhale and reach up. Exhale, reach forward. Option number 2 is place your hands down in front of you and walk them out one step at a time until you find your edge reaching forward. And once you're here, just taking a full breath deep into the hips. And then coming right back up. Your right arm comes up, your left arm reaches out as you bend towards the left foot and inhale. Exhale, coming back towards center. Right arm comes down towards the shin. Left arm reaches nice and high, and then bending towards the right until you find your edge as you breathe. And back towards center. Reach your hands behind you, your fingertips facing away. Bend into both knees and then walk the feet in towards each other. Bringing your hands to either side of the seat, pressing into the heels, lift your booty and push it forward. Replant the heels, lift up onto the seat, arms out in front of you, and then slowly lower down onto your back. Arms out into a T or cactus, so either straight out or bending at the elbows. Release your knees slowly down towards the left, passing right through, coming back towards center and passing down towards the right. Continue to wave the knees back and forth, and you can readjust in the feet for how close you want them to be. Keep the core engaged. And you can also do this in opposites, so both knees go out and come back towards one another, and they can lean to one side or the other, just really following the body. You can lift the feet off the mat and draw circles with the knees. Or again, from this position, lowering your knees towards one side or the other, using more of the core here. Just really follow your body, keeping a fluid movement. And then bringing the knees in towards center, relaxing for a moment, flex into the heels, lift up high in the left heel and then lower it down towards the ground before bringing it back towards you, and then doing the same with the right, kicking out into the heel, lowering it down, just tapping the floor, bringing it back in. One more on each side, so straightening into the left heel, tap, bring it back in, and then the right, reaching out, tap, bring it back in. Bring your hands to either knee, and then just again, release them down to either side. Holding on to the knees, lower your knees away from you. And then bringing them back with the hands. Arms come to the inside of the knees, grabbing onto the outsides of the feet. Push up into the heels and then rock from side to side, drawing your knees towards the ground. Where you can find stillness here. You can flex into the feet and then point the toes. Again, just really following your body. And when you're ready, release the feet, bring the knees together, arms out to either side or into cactus. And again, kicking out one heel at a time, lower them down towards the mat. Placing now your right heel down as you bend into the knee, stretching up with the left arm. Press into the foot as you roll over onto the left side and reach up nice and high with the right arm. And then slowly lower back down onto your back, releasing both arms, release the heel. This time inhale and lift the left foot, bending into the knee. Plant the foot, raise the right arm up, and then push into the foot as you roll over onto your side and reach up high with the left arm. And exhale, rotating back onto your back. Arms above your head as you release both feet forward. And inhale, take one last deep stretch into the farthest parts of your toes and the tallest parts of your fingers. And then exhale, fully melt and relax. Bringing both arms down to either side. Relaxing the legs, letting the feet fall. Take a full breath into the deepest part of the belly. And then exhale. And release all of the muscles into the floor. Your final transition into just floating with the waves, letting them pass through you. Honoring your energy and the energies around you by moving with them instead of feeling stuck in them. And the only way to do that is to let them pass through you. To relax any tension in the body, release any grip or hold, and just allow yourself to flow and float. And slowly bringing your awareness back to the body. You can wiggle the fingers and toes. And slowly make your way onto your side before pushing up and coming back into a final seated position. Moving very slowly into this position, honoring all of the energy you just channeled in today's flow, and using that theme and that focus to transition into whatever you have to do next. So taking a moment now before we jump into whatever that is to just close the eyes, hands facing downwards onto the thighs, just relax. Take a full deep breath and then slowly let it out. Just take a moment to think about what it is you're going to be transitioning to right after this class, after this ends. What do you have planned or scheduled next, or if you have anything planned or scheduled next? And before moving into that transition, just consciously picturing it happening in a fluid or flowing way. Imagining yourself rolling up your mat, maybe turning off the video, and then follow through every step that you can think of right now in a way that you would like to see it unfold. And imagine the energy that you're emanating as you go through this flow to the next thing. And once you feel you've really nailed that transition, you've pictured it in your mind of how you're going to flow from this activity to the next, you can inhale and raise up high with the hands, opening your eyes, looking towards the sky as you do, and then just exhale, harness that energy, harness your truth, that respect, your honor, your flow, whatever it is that you'd like to harness today, down towards your heart center, and bowing, Namaste. I hope you guys enjoyed this class on transitions and you're able to transition fluidly into whatever it is that you are doing next. And with that, I will see you all either in the after class hangout or in our next Koze Flow. Bye.